Hi, this is Toby and today I'll be showing you how to grow Japanese maples from cuttings. Now before we start, I would like to apologize that I know this place looks a bit messy. These plants that I usually keep outdoors, the space is taken by the South African bulbs right now because they're growing, so they're just being kept here. But other than that, let's get straight into it. So this is actually a Dishojo maple that I have, and I used to have a slightly larger one, and this was a cutting off of it, but that one has died. After the first root pruning I gave it, it was doing alright over the summer until autumn, where the tree seemed to die back a lot, and I checked what happened and all the roots were eaten by grubs in the soil. So this is the only plant I have that's left that's surviving from that plant. So obviously this is one season of growth. This is a cutting off of it, so it's still doing very, very well. And I'm going to make some more cuttings just so I don't lose this plant completely in case something happens to this plant. Now obviously the way to go with Japanese maples is grafting, but I don't really have any rootstock and I'm not that good at grafting, so I'm going to take cuttings off of this plant. And it took around 2 seasons for this cutting to really be this vigorous, so that's the downside to growing cuttings, I guess. But I'll show you how to grow cuttings. So first I'm going to take some of this season's growth so you can see all of these, and I'm just going to cut them off somewhere random. So let's say here, and this one I might just cut a bit lower, and that's enough for this plant. I'll have to style this plant later, but what I'm going to do now is, using the sticks that we cut off, or the branches I should say, I'm just going to cut them so that they have a couple of nodes. So for this, I want around 3 nodes, so I'm going to just cut it here. I know that stick's a bit long, but it'll make a decent cutting, like that. I have another one here, so I'm going to just cut these off. I think I'll cut this one off right at the base. And this I'll snip in half, like that. So I hope you can see what I'm doing. So now that we have our cuttings prepared like this, we're going to dip it in some rooting hormone. So I'm just going to grab them. Now because these are hardwood cuttings, I'm going to use a hardwood cutting rooting hormone. This stuff you can just get from the store. See if this is still usable. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the rooting hormone there, get my cuttings and dip them in there for around 3 to 5 seconds. We'll take them out. So now the bottom has been coated with rooting hormone. I'm going to stick it into the pot. So you just want to make sure you get some good coverage, that you do stick them down far enough. You'd want at least 1 node under the soil, just like that. Now the soil I'm using is some leftover bonsai soil, and I just added a bit more potting mix just so I could get enough volume out of it. But we're gonna leave it like this, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do with them. So here are the cuttings. I'm just gonna leave them over here in winter. I'm not gonna cover them up, we don't get frost, but if you do get frost, I do recommend you don't expose them to the frost, because the new shoots and the roots that develop may not be as strong as a normal tree or an established tree, so you do have to give them a bit of protection if you get frost. But since we don't get any, I'm not going to get any protection to it. And in spring I'll show you when it leaves out. So here's an update of the cuttings. They're starting to leaf out. Even the main plant that I pruned back, the buds are swelling, but not as much as the cuttings. So that's a good sign. The cuttings are alive. Not sure how the roots are doing. You don't want to disturb these, you don't want to pull them out and look at the roots. That's not good, but we'll see. If it grows with a lot of vigor this season, it means the roots are established. If it doesn't grow with a lot of vigor, it just means it's establishing its roots. Now obviously these have a nice red color to the leaves, and because we did grow them from cuttings, it will retain the same genetics and we'll have that red color. But again, the best way to propagate Japanese maple is by grafting, but because I don't have any grafting stock, I have to propagate these from cuttings. But yeah. So here's an update of the maple cuttings. You can see the leaves are coming out, the nice red color. Even the buds on the bottom are starting to swell. We don't know if there's roots yet, but we're gonna wait. So far, the cutting actually looks decently vigorous. You can see the internodes are actually noticeable. When I was growing my other one, when it first leafed out, it was just 2 leaves, and that was it for the first season. So that's when the roots weren't that good, but I think the roots are actually quite established on these cuttings, so that's a good sign. Now, they did grow a season, but you can see last season they barely grew at all. They only grew a very small amount, and this season the buds are looking a lot healthier. And I'll show you the cuttings I've taken. Some of them don't seem to have taken. I think this one may be dead. Let's take it out of its pot, show you the final update. I will pot these up after the video. So let's tease some of the soil away. Wondering if this one made it. Nope, you can see some, not all of them make it. This one didn't make it. It's brittle. It's still got a bit of plasticity up here, but there's no bud, so I won't plant that. This small guy made it because I can feel the roots. These other cuttings definitely made it. I've got to separate these out so I can plant them separately. Let's see if I can do that. You can see there's already a lot of roots in here, so it's definitely grown very, very healthy. Let's see if I can separate them. You can see nice root systems on them, quite healthy. You won't get spectacular root systems. I can even prune the bottom off. This part's dead, we don't need. But you're not going to get the best root systems from cuttings, but you'll get more plants. I was going to end the video on that clip, but I don't think it's fair if I don't show you guys the beautiful red leaves coming out of these Dishojos. Here they are, the cuttings. Here's 2 of them at least. Nice, beautiful red leaves. They don't last too long. They do last a few weeks before they turn green, but very bright red. Look at that. Nice cuttings. Even my main plant, which I've started to look like this now, hasn't leafed out. I know I've got a cutting over there behind the Taxodium. That hasn't leafed out yet. The cutting over here also leafing out nice, beautiful red color. So very promising tree. So I hope you give this a go. I know grafting's preferred, but some cultivars can actually root from cuttings. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I will answer them. But anyways, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.